What's up, guys? So another 10 days in the old dieting books. Show you guys, then I'm gonna read it to you. Like always. Anyway, average carbs 255, high of 300, a low of 128. Average protein 259, high of 294, low of 208. And the average fats were 56 with a high of 141 and a low of 38. Average calories was 2692 with a high of 3425 and a low of 2540. Now for the good stuff. Average weight 281.6, which is down 2.5 pounds from the last 10-day average, with a high of 283.4, which is down 2.6 pounds from the last high, and a low of 280.4, which is down 1.6 from the last low. That's also a new all-time low on this cut. So now we've seen over 31 pounds of variance on the scale. So let's talk about this a little bit. These videos, in particular the dieting ones and data, are mostly for me. They don't perform well, that's fine. Anyway, I get a couple new subscribers every time I make a little troll video about somebody. So for the new people here, just explain, I do 10-day averages. Don't do weekly weigh-ins or nothing like that. I don't film my weigh-ins. You just have to take my word for it. Notice my face is slightly less fat than when I started doing this diet. But I do 10-day averages to account for water fluctuations, eating a late night meal, shit like that. I weigh myself every morning after I use the bathroom, log it, write it down, take a 10-day average. The reason I do it this way and not weekly weigh-ins, it accounts for fluctuations and shit like that. Like I just said, say you do a weekly weigh-in, you weigh in on Sunday, that's your weigh-in day. Well, this Sunday you weigh 250 pounds. So you hit your calories, macros all week long. You did your training, your cardio. Maybe you did some extra cardio because you were feeling inspired because your weight loss is going fantastic. And so Saturday night, you had a busy Saturday, and you don't get home till late Saturday night, and then you eat your last meal, say, at midnight instead of when you normally eat it at 7:30. You're all happy, proud, ready for your Sunday weigh-in, and this Sunday you weigh 251 when last Sunday you weighed 250, and now you're like, fuck my life, kill myself. Not serious. Well, if you would have weighed yourself every day in the week, you might have, seen 249, 248, 247, 246 at some points during the week, but you don't weigh yourself during the week. You just do your weekly Sunday weigh-ins, and I'm sure over time as you lost weight, certainly it would trend downward if you were hitting your calories and macros, but, one off weigh-in like that and you mentally fuck yourself, whereas, weighing in every day, I know I'm going to have highs and lows. That's fine. That's part of it. As long as those 10-day averages keep going down, that's all I'm fucking worried about. So there's that. Now, as far as how I'm putting my current diet into practice these days, my calories and macros have been pretty similar throughout the duration. However, how I apply them changes and evolves. And as of right now, Monday through Friday, I eat the exact same thing every day. I go home for lunch, which, living close to my home is convenient. But anyway, go home for lunch, meal one, around 12:30 in the afternoon. I intermittently fast, for those who don't know. So meal one, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 7 whole eggs, 90 grams of cream of rice, and 2 scoops of Optimum Nutrition whey protein, which, I put my creatine and stuff in that, and have some fish oil with it. So that's meal one. And then meal two is, well, it's not really a meal. I have a little snack right before training, a little applesauce pouch, which I forgot to bring one today. I'll have to grab one at home, but a little, 70 calorie applesauce pouch, just some pre-workout carbs. It's what I eat right before I go to train, and then post-training I come home and I have 6 cups of liquid egg whites with 6 servings of Hershey's light chocolate syrup and 900 grams of potatoes. I usually roast them, and that's it. And that comes to 268 carbs, 261 protein, 38 fats, and 2,620 calories. I was eating a full kilo of potatoes at night, but I've as the cuts went on, I really needed some carbs pre-training, so I took 100 grams of protein away, 100 grams of potatoes away from my last meal and used that on the applesauce pre-workout. But anyway, it's been going well. Performance. I mean, obviously, you don't feel as strong, especially 30 pounds deep into a cut, but I did actually hit a Larson Press Rep PR, which I've still yet to upload because I've been lazy. But I don't feel like shit in the gym. I just feel, slightly less strong. So definitely this year's cut has been a lot smoother than last year's cut. I learned a lot last year about cutting. And, last year's cut, while, sticking to calories and macros is pretty easy. Meal timing and certain things come into play. Those little minutia things. And I took what I learned last year and I've applied it to this year. And I feel like this year's cut is not as physically draining on me as last year's cut was. So, yeah. Either way, I'm ready to get it over with. We'll see what the next 10 days lead to. And I'll have 100 days of data. And maybe get aggressive for a couple weeks and get those last 5 or 10 pounds going that I want going before I go back into a maintenance phase. So we'll see you there. But yeah, that's it, man.